Hi everyone, this is Debbie from Project 39 and I am going to show you what I made with a paper collection that is new to me. Before I show you what this is, I want to show you the paper collection. So I'm taking you to a different screen. This is Tracy Reed Designs. This is her page and this is the collection that I've used. This is called Haunting. There are several different pages and things available to you. So I'm going to show you, this is Tracy Reed Designs. So it's Tracy Reed, TracyReed.com. And this is the page you get to right now. This is her latest collection, although probably by the time the video comes out, there's a new one. I think it's called Ladies Who Lunch, which sounds like a lot of fun. But this is Wander and Wonder. But she has so many other collections. There's Wander, Wonder, All Is Calm, All Is Bright, obviously some Christmas ones, Anywhere But Here, Autumn Enchanted. There's a couple of cider season. There's a couple of Halloween ones, so I'll show you Haunting in a second. But another collection for Halloween is Jack and Skelly, and I think I might play with that one next. Obviously, it's got more of a traditional Halloween coloring with the sort of a darker orange, black and white. It's got a little bit of a retro feel, you can see, with the cats and the pumpkin. So anyhow, that is probably what, well, I don't know. It might be what I play with next. But let me take you and show you the Haunting collection. And here you already have a sneak peek into the colors that you're going to see. In the beginning of her videos, it shows you a couple, or not her videos, shows you a couple of the projects that have been made by her design team. So here is, let me click on this so you can see a little bit more of an overview of the papers that are there. So as you can see, that vibrant orange, the beautiful purple, that little touch of teal turquoise, some really eye-popping pink. I mean, I love all these colors. So here's a couple of looks at some of the cut-aparts that come with the collection. So they're cut-aparts just like what you would get if you bought a 12 by 12 collection. You have to make sure they're sized appropriately. So you can either have them printed at an office supply store or use your home printer, which is what I have done. And also I'll let you know that she is having in August a free sort of workshop telling you all about how to print and use digitals. So I guess go to Tracy Reed on Instagram and you can find out more about it. I don't know much about it except for what popped up in my feed. But yeah, look at all these cool stickers. So, and the prices, let me tell you, I did not pay what these prices are that posted. I got everything that I got on a sale, and I can still add to this, and I can do many different projects using these same digital that I already have purchased. Okay, let me show you what I made and a couple of little tidbits. First of all, this is the cover and you can see how shiny this is. I used some glossy accents on this pumpkin and I don't know if you can see the little, and then I had used my Cricut and did print and cut for some of these small little candy bits and added them, so it adds a little touch of dimension to it, and added a couple in through here. So this is one of the digital cut-aparts. I added that pumpkin on top, put a layer of the orange, put a layer of purple, and then the pink with the stars. And then there's a side, there's the bottom. Isn't that fabulous? I mean, look at that color on there. It's just gorgeous. But anyhow, this whole thing is actually just a cover, and that pulls open, and here it's not even the project yet, it's the holder of the project. So I'll show you what that looks like. So what this is a shadow box. I saw that We Are Memory Keepers, or We Are, came out with a new shadow box punch board. I did not want to get that punch board, but I did have a Lori Whitlock cutting file for a shadow box. What I had gotten was a 8x8 shadow box. I think I got the 8x8, but I scaled it down on my Cricut so it would make a 6x6 shadow box. So this is just the shadow box, and think of all the different things you can do with this shadow box. You can add some fun things in here and make it a display on your wall. You could add embellishments in there and have an embellishment shadow box. What I did though was made, of course, a little mini album to go in that shadow box. This mini album, I think this opening is 4 3/8 by 4 3/8. So I made this 4 1/4 by 4 1/4. So it just fit in here nice and snug, but yet you can still pull it out. So it's flat, and obviously you can still close it with it, sort of like a belly band closure. So again, this is all printables from Tracy Reed from her haunting collection. On the cover, I added one of these haunted houses with a tree. I actually had cut these ghosties off that were up on top and just placed them in different spots on there. Added a couple of tombstones, and there was this cut apart that I actually cut apart and just flattened it a little so it would fit on this square. Now I did, when I made this, I did add this for the spine piece, and I used my sewing machine with some bright pink ribbon, I don't know if, not ribbon, thread, and stitched around on that. And there's the cover, just black, white, and orange, which I thought made a nice little cover. So let me take you inside. Here's the front inside cover. Here's the page 1 is a pocket. And so here's the pumpkins, black and white in the back. I wanted to keep it all orange and black and white just to go with everything I was putting on here. So added a cat, I added some pumpkins, another glossy accent pumpkin there, and then a tree just to sort of fill that in, and the word spooktacular. I made a little tag, actually it was just something that you could print out, and there is one of the cut apart, so you can journal on here and add photos inside. You could put a nice photo here, or a photo on that journaling card, or just stick a couple of journal photos inside that pocket. So now the back of page 1, front of page 2, I went with a totally different color scheme. It's more of the bright colors. This is really a flower border. I added a piece of a journal card right on there because I wanted to make it square to go along with everything. I tucked in a couple of flowers from that that one page that has all the ephemera. I forget what it's called, but anyhow, there's that. Added another bottle with bubbles coming out, which is actually underneath there. Just wanted to get a little dimension, and just a little banner on the top. And then I've got a couple more tags. I added some flowers to this one, some nice really bright pink thread, not thread, I keep saying thread when I mean ribbon, and ribbon when I mean thread. Anyhow, that I just added a little staple to, just to keep it in, because I wanted to keep it as flat as I could. Now these flowers I grouped into a tuck spot, so you can add those just down like that and do some little journaling, write your 5 favorite Halloween candies or whatever you want, and then maybe add another photo there too. So this will open this way. This is open here, so you can add a photo onto this page. It's just a piece of white cardstock on top of this striped paper. And here is a just one of the journal cards. I folded to make it a square, glued it down there, added another piece of that star paper on top. So we've got the little ghosty that says boo, sort of a little surprise. And this actually tucks into this little yikes. It says yikes there. But again, you could, instead of having the boo, you could add a little photo of your boo. So the next page, another different color scheme. We went with that really beautiful green. I added the cut aparts that's got the moon and the clouds and just glued it at the top and left it so you could add a couple of tags underneath and just add those like that. Or you could put your photo there. Wouldn't that be fun with this on the top? On this page, this is actually I have a piece of vellum that I folded and glued at the top and bottom. There's that same haunted house that I love, but I made that with the vellum into a little belly band, and it's got this cut apart right there. So you could add a photo to the back there or add some photos in that little belly band. So then the last page, we go back to the orange and black and white, little touch of green there, but I took this, I took my scallop circle punch, added the October 31 from the cut aparts, a couple of bats to the side, made that into a tuck spot, and grabbed some of these fun tags that were in that same color scheme. Oh, I think I made this one. It's just got the black and white pumpkins. I did some striped black and white paper. I don't remember where they came from. It's in the collection somewhere. Added some fun, sort of tinsel, fun fur kind of thing. I had it in orange and black. I tied this at the top with some baker's twine in black, orange, and white. And this one just has some rickrack at the top. I just thought that'd be a lot of fun. So that goes like that. And then here, this is a side loading pocket. So a good place to add more photos, whatever you have left after you've done this. I took one of the cut aparts, added some rickrack at the bottom, and just made a little cluster of some of the elements from the collection and took this tag. Again, I took some ribbon and added that on there and just stapled it. Again, that keeps it flat rather than tying a knot. Sometimes I like the stapler trick just to keep things flat, especially in an album here where I don't have that much room and I want to allow room to put some photos. So again, I showed you that back cover, and there we go. So there is what I made with Tracy Reed Designs digital kit, and a good way of using that new We Are shadow box punch board that came out. Although I don't have it, I'm going to link it in the description box if that's something you'd want to pick up. I'll put a couple of different locations because I hear it's been selling out quickly. So anyhow, I wanted to show you that and give you a different idea of what you could do with that shadow box punch board. So that's what I have to show you today. Thank you so much for joining along. Have a fabulous day.